Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Kansas City Chiefs. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Mahomes now on 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day. And
he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. For Mecole Hardman, I mean, he was the only guy with 2 of the top 10 fastest runs in all of 2019, and he's showing that was no fluke. He was moving there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. They'll try the right side this time. Here with Gordon. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now Jones. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Chiefs 21, Raiders 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Offense set to get this drive started. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score.
And got his man complete, and he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for Vegas. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running left, it's Gordon on the toss. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones sets up the screen to Gordon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. That's going to set them back 5 yards. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. 2nd and 8.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes caught on the right side by Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mahomes now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14.
Chiefs 28, Raiders 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw. Jones. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play there for the Raiders.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Jones throwing on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Melvin Gordon, as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First down, Chiefs.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Butker's kick here is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Back to throw. Jones. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now Gordon on first down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 38-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just... shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
The Chiefs' 21-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, after the loss on first down, they're going to walk that line and understand they don't have to rush just yet. But time is still going to be a factor in decision-making. Call your play. Make sure everyone knows what they're doing. You have to score a touchdown here. You've got to find a way to cash in.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. He pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up the first down.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. We say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about it if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros. Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Mahomes to throw it. He's got Smith-Schuster. And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Set to get this drive started. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jones. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that. Situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
We got 3.
Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Butker on for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Chiefs 45, Raiders 38.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 2nd and 10. Now Jones. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
By Chris Jones. A loss of 12.
Here's Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked off around the 37. And the Chiefs have just about sewn up this football game. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Kansas City, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.